Alright guys, Zeus71 here, back on Ark Survival Evolved on my Extinction playthrough for beginners. Last episode, tamed a snow owl, and that's where I picked this up at. I just soul-balled that snow owl. Now, if you guys don't know or you haven't watched these things, I use a couple of mods on my server. This is my PC and server on my PC, and I'm going to grab this other owl here. We're going to lead it back, but I'm using Superstructures mod. I'm using the awesome spyglass, that's what you see at the bottom left, and also the highlighted bird, the highlighted Argent snow owl, what's red. That's the awesome spyglass telling me what I need to tame and also if it's aggressive or not. And then the other mod I use is Dino Storage version 2, which is the soul balls. Now, Dino Storage version 2 is the only one that's not out on Ark Survival Ascended yet. I don't know why. Hopefully they'll do it, but it's not out yet. Superstructures is partially, and then the awesome spyglass is completely. Awesome spyglass looks a little different though, just so you know. It doesn't look the same on this one. It's a little different with the graphics, but it still works the same. So this snow owl's lost interest, so we're going to get its attention here. And I'm going to shoot at it and miss it completely. That's really great. I'm going to kind of lead into the trap without margin Tavis. Then I'm going to close the gate. And then we're going to get out of here and we're going to knock this one out. Now, I'm taming this one just because it's cool looking, but I don't really want low levels to use. I'm not going to use them anyway. The only thing I use snow owls for really is two purposes. Number one, they spit out those snow pellets, and those are what the gotchas need to help them increase their crafting effectiveness. They craft better stuff if they have snow owl pellets in them. Also, you can use snow owl pellets to tame gotchas. So the snow owl pellets is one reason, and number two, their healing effect. So if you ever have a dino that gets really beat up, you can pull out a snow owl and heal it real quick. So one of the things I like to do when I'm playing as I get going along is keep a couple of dinos and soul balls in my inventory, and a snow owl being one of them. So you can always heal if you're in a bad tight spot. You can just take your dino somewhere and pull out the snow owl real quick and heal it. So it works pretty good. So that's what they're for. They don't really need them for much else. I mean, they are pretty fast travelers, so if you're just traveling around place to place real quick, the good thing to do is use a snow owl. So we're going to let that guy up there. Nothing else can get up there really, so we're just going to leave it alone. The only way something can get up there is if something spawns up there. There's another snow owl up there. But I already checked the levels of all these guys just so you know what's flying around here. There's an ice jumper. What level was he? I can't even get him in my spyglass. What level? Where you at, buddy? Let me see. These ice jumpers, so he's at level 55. Okay, so the ice jumpers are very cool to use. When they first came out on Extinction, it was years ago, right? They were very, very OP, just so you guys know. If you didn't play Ark back then, and you're a new player, I know I got some brand new players watching my videos, but if you're a new player, these guys came out. When they first came out, they were very OP. Everybody was grabbing them on PvP and made it super easy to use them on PvP because you could just destroy everybody with them, man. People were putting them on maps and just flying around maps and just destroying bases and people. And you know, PvP, I don't like PvP. I'll tell you guys again, I haven't said this in a while, because it's based, if you're not on the game, you can still get destroyed. So if you're just in a tribe by yourself, you don't have a whole bunch of people, so someone's always on, yeah, your stuff gets destroyed when you're not on. So anyway, these guys were super OP, so Wildcard nerfed them a little bit, made them less OP. They were still OP. They did it again. So a couple of changes with these guys, and then they're not as OP. They're still pretty strong. So the way to tame them is pretty simple. I mean, I'm sure somebody's going to tell you, hey, there's a trap for them, but look, here's what I do. What you're seeing me do right here is how I tame these guys. So the quicker you knock them out, the safer it's going to be, because they die really easy. So if they're fighting other stuff, they will get killed quick. It's just how it is. So best thing to do is try to clear out what they're fighting. And you see I missed them there. I don't even know how I missed that. But you clear out what they're fighting, try not to hit them, and then knock them out as quick as you possibly can. Because if you don't, something's going to kill them. Look, he's stuck on there. So I've done this before. This is not the first time I've got one of these guys stuck right here. So I've played this before. This is my playthrough, but I've played it when it first came out too. So one of the things about this spot here is they get stuck down there and they can't get out. It's really stupid. So he can get out that way, but it's going to come right back the way you are. So it's just the way they jump, the way they pop out and down. So he's still down there, watch. See? He came out, but the way they jump and shoot forward, they end up getting stuck here a lot. So, but anyhow, you got to knock them out quick. You want to clear out what's around them as fast as you can, like I said, and you want to knock these guys out pretty quick. Now, they're pretty easy to learn to use. You see, he keeps going back to the same spot. Just I would test it in a safe area until you get used to it, but you basically jump up with them, and then they go pretty high, and you can shoot forward, sir. They don't really fly or anything like that. They kind of glide for a moment, and they shoot forward. Wait until he's out. I don't want to knock him out in the water, but man, he keeps... Yeah, this one's tough. He's playing with me. Another thing about here's the snow owls too. While we're sitting here, you see that snow owl hovering over that mammoth over there. I've tamed snow owls like that before too, because when they circle around a tame, you can knock them and hit them quite a few times with the trank darts. But the problem is, once they get to a certain point, they're going to fly off real quick, and you got to hurry up and hit them again before they get too far. You hit them that last time before they get too far away, you'll knock them out. I use a long neck rifle, guys, by the way, shock and tranquilizer darts. Now, as far as biotoxin goes, look at it, I'm right in front of them missing. This is like a glitch. I don't know why I missed. As far as biotoxin goes on this map, I'm not sure. I'll have to figure out where it's at because I don't remember. But I have some shock and tranquilizer darts that we brought over from Aberration. So when we left the island to Scorched Earth, we brought over shock and tranquilizer darts because I had a bunch. And when we left Scorched Earth to Aberration, pretty much had none left. And then so in Aberration, we were able to make quite a few. So once you get to that map, we'll just transfer what we can over, as you guys see. And I say we because I have a tribe mate plays with me, but I started doing this as a solo so you guys can see how to do it solo. You can do everything I'm doing on here solo. The only thing I've done so far that would be really difficult solo is the Rockwell fight. It can be done. It's just really hard to do. You just gotta be patient, man. You gotta have a lot of healing brews with you. There we go, he's down. Okay, cool. So sorry I missed so many times, guys. It's just, I don't know. I'm really good at hitting things, but sometimes when that little glitch happens where they're right there in front of you and you shoot right at them and they're not really right there is the problem. So it's a typical gaming glitch. I don't think it just happens on here. We're going to throw some prime meat in there. I got quite a bit. As you guys will see in the bottom left when I point at it with the awesome spyglass, it'll tell you what the best thing to tame it with, which is exceptional kibble, and then raw mutton, third being raw prime meat. So I don't have any exceptional kibble on me. I don't have any mutton, so we're going to use the raw prime meat. Now, mutton, if you don't know, is sheep, so kill an Novus, you get the raw mutton. But that thing tamed quick, man. Yeah, that was fast. I have my settings turned up a little bit, just a little bit, but I'm going to tell you with these guys, in general, they're pretty fast tames. So, the snow owls and the Managarmrs, or whatever these things are called, however you say them, the ice jumpers, they're pretty quick. As long as you have the prime meat and you put it in there quick. So, back to some old myths. So, I'm going back to my snow owl. Let me tell you guys some old myths. If you watch some of these videos on older players, and they call about starve taming, right? So, let me tell you about starve taming, right? So, when you're taming something, it's a knockout tame. If you're a new player, the health goes down a little bit on those guys. The torpidity is going to go down a little bit. Torpidity is how long it's knocked out. Their food drain is going to go down. So if you leave them alone, don't put food, their food drain is going to go down a certain amount. Now people think that it goes down, they eat quicker if you let it go down further, but that's not really true, because if you let it go down further, and some people are going to argue with me on this, that's fine, but if you let it go down further, it's going to run that same time. Going the food drain is going to be the same no matter what. So if it went down a little bit and ate, it went back up, and it went down a little bit and ate, it went back up, it's going to be the same as if you just let it keep going down. That same amount of time is going to pass for that food drain to get to a certain level. So whether it eats 5 times in a row, instantly tames because you let the food drain go down, or you let it go down, up, down, up, down, up, it's the same amount of time. So that's what I'm trying to say. So found another guy. Here's another 70, I think. 90. So we're going to tame this guy. The other one's a 55. We'll get a... Oh, hello, wolves. We'll get a 150 later, but right now... Yeah, okay. Time to kill these wolves. You got to really be careful out here. There's a lot of wolves, and there's a lot of Dadons. So, one of the things... Here's another side note, guys. if you don't know about this game, if you're still new, wolves hunt in packs, right? And that's in real life too. Now, the wolves, if they have the buff from having a pack leader, they get really, really strong, and their hits are harder. They do way more damage quick. So if you're fighting a lone wolf, it's going to be easier. If you're fighting a pack, you could get destroyed pretty quick if you're not careful. So be careful if you're fighting a pack of them. I've taken some massive damage from fighting a pack. In fact, one of these recordings, I got that in there where it just broke my armor and just tore me up. I'll show you guys in a later episode. But I'm taking a chance here by eating this mammoth. That's something you should never do, but yeah. Gotta be real careful. Once you knock something out, you don't want to accidentally hit it a second time, another time after, and you don't want to accidentally bump into it or something else hits it. If something attacks it, any of those things can cause the taming effectiveness to drop. There are people have all these videos out on how to tame this 100% effective, how to tame this 100% effective. It's pretty difficult to get a 100% effective tame. I do it often, but not on purpose, right? I get a lot of 99, 98% tames effectiveness because of just the way you do it. But when you knock something out and then you throw that food in there, yeah, it's just how it works. And that might be where people want to use that starve tame, because maybe that makes it quicker and 100% effective. But to get 100% effective on a tame, on a knockout tame, you got to trinket just enough to knock it out. It can't be hit by anything, and you got to feed it its favorite food, and it's got to tame really quick. So that's when you would want to use that starve tame and let the food go down. That way it'll tame instantly when you put the food in there. That is the only reason I can see using a starve tame, trying to get 100% effective. Hello there, Saber. Goodbye, Saber. No Argentavis out here in the snow, so I ain't worried about it. You leave dead bodies everywhere. So there's Extinction has 2 biomes besides the Extinction biome. So it has the city. Well, it has actually 4. Let's talk about them. So there's actually 5. Let's talk about 5. There's the city, which is protected by a dome, the sanctuary. So that's kind of like the normal area of Ark. Then you have the wastelands, which surround it. And in those wastelands, you also have a sulfur field, which could be considered another biome, which gets really hot. And then you have the sunken forest, which is where the gotchas are. That's underground, kind of like an aberration area. And then you have the 2 biomes that are in Arks, which is the snow biome I'm in now, and you have a desert biome. Those are 2 protected biomes. They both have obelisk in them. So we'll talk about all that stuff as we go. I'm going to be on Extinction for a while, guys. Extinction is technically the last map in the playthrough 4-map series, but there's also Genesis and Genesis 2, so we'll talk about those as well. So I know I rattle a lot when I talk, guys. Sorry, it's just part of what I do. I like to explain things, especially if you're watching and you don't play this often and it's just me. And sorry, I got somebody chatting at the top, so I'm gonna be blocking that out so you can't see who's chatting at me. It's somebody on my Discord channel. I have a couple of servers that I run just on Ark Survival Evolved. One of them's Primal Fear, and that one's on Ragnarok. And then I have a Valgero server with a couple of additions, a couple of mods on it. And I also have Fjordor with a couple of additions and mods on it too. So just playing random, maps and just kind of relaxing, playing with people. I have a couple of players on there. I've lost players that played for a while and just stopped playing because, everything gets bored. If you don't have people playing on it constantly, people get bored with it. So I get like 5. Most I had on there was like 10 people one time, and then down to a couple of us. It's fine. It's how it goes. You want to play with a bunch of people, go play official. Good luck with that. You can't play official in Ark Survival Evolved anymore anyway. Only Ark Survival Ascended. And let's talk about the game. If you guys are new to the game, there's a lot of problems with the game. But check it out. There's so much that's good about the game that the problems kind of don't really matter as much. Oh hell, another ice jumper right here. So a lot of times players, you play this game, you won't even notice some of these issues. There's some you will, but most of the issues that people complain about, you won't even notice as a normal player. People just like to complain. I bring them up if they're major problems, and I'll do a video on them. Like right now, I don't know if they fixed it because I hadn't got on it, but Ark Survival Ascended on Aberration, man, they have a couple of dinos that are just overspawned the heck out of them, and other stuff's not spawning. And then right now they have the fear event going on, and I did like a question or kind of like like a quiz type, but 3 answers. Not really a quiz, just kind of getting people's opinions. And man, I am not the only one. There's a lot of people like me that are not seeing anything from the fear event. A couple of skeletons every now and then, but no dodo. The dodo rex isn't spawning. The gravestones aren't spawning. The pumpkin patches aren't spawning. Man, it's just messed up. Hope they fix these things. So, anywho, this one's taking longer to tame because I didn't have enough prime meat. If I'd had enough prime meat, this thing would have been tamed already. But I didn't have enough prime meat. I keep having to go get more and come back, so that's why this one's taking so long. And if you pay attention, my taming effectiveness went down a little bit because I kept having to do this. I think it was at 99. Yeah. So jumping forward here, guys. So when this thing tames, there it is. Get this guy tamed. We're gonna head back to the base. I want to show you guys an explorer note over here that I found on the way back, and that's the explorer note for this thing. So we're going to listen to that, and again, I won't talk when that plays, so you guys can hear what Helen is saying about it. It's one of the Helen notes. Let's get a picture of this guy. I'll probably use the other picture because it's cooler for the image. See the green highlight? That means it's mine. That's for the awesome spyglass. White means it's just nothing. It's not aggressive. Yellow means it's neutral. And then red means it's aggressive. So if you're using an awesome spyglass, I highly recommend you do if you're on PC. If you don't have it, if you're on Ark Survival Ascended on Xbox, PlayStation, or PC, you have availability of mods. So this mod is available on Ark Survival Ascended. So here's Explorer Note, and I'll show you guys the coordinates too.
Appears to be directly related to the stealthy Draconis Obscurum. Their stature, gait, and ability to dive through the air are all similar. However, where Draconis Obscurum scaled cavern walls to gain the high ground, Draconis Arigellus takes a more bombastic approach. In the middle of its hind feet, Draconis Arigellus' bones form a hollowed-out cylindrical shape that acts as a combustion chamber, which it fills with an explosive gas. When ignited, this gas propels it upwards, letting it jump in the air multiple times. From there, it can create a smaller burn in said chamber to hover in place or dive at its prey. Like the icy variant of Draconis vipera, Draconis Arigellus can slow down its foes with its frigid breath, but it's able to take this one step further and freeze its prey solid. Perhaps that's because it's used to living in the tundra environment on the surface, as opposed to a desert. As a mount, Draconis Arigellus can carry multiple adult humans without losing any of its impressive mobility, and its freezing breath makes it a good choice in combat. Whether you're looking to hunt, do battle, or just travel with ease, it makes for an excellent companion.
There you go, guys. We're going to end it after this part. So we got a couple of those guys tamed. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.